If you'd like it, folks, welcome back to the channel. This is the 2025 BMW S1000R, and I've got it for today. Ooh. Down in the dirt.
Right then, so this is me, just sat on it. Actually feels quite high. Yeah, it fits me well. I'm 6'3", 20 odd stone. I'll put on the screen what the seat height is. So what is it like? Look, first off, let's get rid of that road rubbish. So this is the 2025 S1000R. Foot pegs are obviously reasonably high up. They're not outrageous though. My daily ride's the tractor, the GS, so this does feel a fair bit sportier than that. Beautifully smooth engine though, gorgeous engine. It's got a nice steering lock on it as well. Bars feel nice and wide. Good vision out these mirrors, I'm impressed with them. A lot of the time these sort of fancy bar end mirrors, they don't actually give you much in the way of vision, but these are really good. All the controls, I mean, if you've ridden a sort of modern-ish BMW, certainly within the last sort of 10 years I'd suggest, you'll know what all the controls are like on here. It's got the wonder wheel. It's all exactly the same switchgear that you get on the GS. Has this got hill hold? Yeah, it's got a hill hold as well. There you go. The BMW hill hold is really good actually. I've ridden other bikes that have like a hill hold and it'll only stay on for like 10 seconds, 30 seconds or something like that. BMW one's good. Once it's on, it's on. Until you pull away. So I'm just following a Kalimoto route here. Quick plug obviously, sponsor of the channel. You'll get a 10% discount if you use the code TEAPOT with the number 10, TEAPOT10, or 30-day free trial with the code TEAPOT30, TEAPOT30. Anyway, back to this. This engine is so smooth, just for town sort of riding like this, it's beautiful. So I'll give you a quick rundown of the specs in a sec. Let's get out onto some decent roads. Okay, so that's me up to motorway speeds, as you'd expect. There's so much power on this thing. It's 170 brakes, got 14 or 115 newton meters of torque. Oodles of poke. Yeah, it's got 143 miles on the clock. It's brand spanking new, so it's not even had the run-in service yet. So it's not even unrestricted. This bike's sort of hot off the press really, so you know, I jumped at the chance to have a shot of it. For road riding, I mean, okay, we all want the bragging rights. Do we need it? No. Is it fun? Yes. But I mean, look, there's so many places now, 50s and 20s even. But yeah, it's still nice to have that power on tap if you need it, for sure. But I think this bike not being run in, for today's purposes, this is just a first ride. I'm literally doing about 100 miles. Yeah, it's really not going to make much difference at all. Ah, the joys of southeast traffic, eh? Right, okay, so I'm going to do 8 miles on the motorway style road. This is the A23. There's obviously no fairing at all on this. But certainly at these speeds, at motorway speeds, absolutely no problem at all. Yeah, now obviously I wear an adventure style lid, you know, one with a peak on it. And I'm not having any issue at all with wind turbulence at these motorway speeds. General comfort, the bars feel nice and wide, I really like them, they've got a lovely feel to them. Foot pegs don't feel massively high, certainly in the sportier position, but nothing outrageous. Anytime you like, pal, you can move over. The seat feels nice and comfortable. Bearing in mind I've been on the bike about 10 minutes. I'll report back later on, let you know. First impressions, loving it. Beautifully smooth, feels very, very nimble, light, neutral in its handling. Comfortable, loving it. Right, let's get on some twistier stuff. Ooh, just a quick one, something I'm noticing at these sort of higher speeds, there's quite a bit of vibration on the wing mirrors, so they're quite hard to see out of once you get the speeds up a little bit, just because of vibration. Drop that down to 4th, down to 3rd, quick shifter, and the blipper is just beautiful. Oh, it's so smooth. They really have nailed it with their inline-four engine BMW. Quick shifter and blipper's always gorgeous on these bikes. Not quite the same on the old Boxer engine though, sadly. Oh my god. Jesus! That acceleration in 2nd and 3rd. Wow! Even at road speeds. Beautiful. I imagine on a closed road or a track, that's where you're going to want this thing sort of past its first service, where you can properly use the rev range. Inline-four engines, you get those revs up sort of 8,000–9,000 revs. Oh my Jesus! That is where you're going to see shoulder-wrenching power. But we're not going to be testing that today. Go and watch Lamb Chops of 44 Teeth for the old track days on these, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, depending on how today goes, depending how long I'm on this one for, I've got the option to take the M1000R out when I get back. You know, I could just go out and do a quick spin on this and then jump on the M, but I like to do at least 100 miles if I can. You know, like how can you review a bike on like a 20-minute squirt somewhere, especially on the roads down here? Normally I like to get a good 500,000 odd miles in, but you know, on a day's test ride it's not really possible. But I'll do what I can. Oh, that exhaust. It's got a lovely overrun on it, even already. Wow. That's only going to develop and sound better the more miles you put through it. I do love the sound of the BMW inline-four 1000cc. It's just, oh yeah. Like, I still prefer the Gixxer though. That has a beautiful howl to it. I think effortless is probably the best description of the handling on this bike. Absolutely effortless so far. Zero concerns. Really impressed how the suspension on this is soaking up these bumps. I thought this would be a much firmer ride than it actually is. You alright, pal? Jesus. See how she was cutting over the centre line there? Yeah, gotta say, I'm enjoying this. This feels lovely. There's the Nationals. Nationals! That acceleration is just phenomenal. Bear in mind I am tickling the throttle. The brakes feel good, a little bit grabby though, unless that's just me not used to the sort of brakes on this bike. Oh yeah, certainly. They certainly do the job though. Wow. Be interesting to see what the M1000R brakes are like, because when I took out the last M1000R Carbon, the brakes on that, on the Sport, the M1000R Sport, they were just immense. They're the best brakes I've ever felt on a bike. They were amazing. So it'll be interesting to see if they've kept the, I'm sure they will have, and I can't see how they could improve, certainly for road riding. I'll never see that. I'll never notice that. Well, you never know, we'll see, we'll see. Well, it's certainly turning some heads. There's a few people been having a look. Again, probably to do with the 6'3", 20 stone bearded fat lad that's riding it, I'd imagine. But it's certainly getting a bit of a reaction. Okay, let's get onto some decent roads. Alright, we're into a nice bit of national country road now. Okay, let's bring that down a little bit. There we go. Wow. Stay there. This engine and that overrun with this chassis just makes for a beautiful ride. I mean, even on this bumpy back road, it's just a way to say it's not horrendous, but I mean, I think on anything other than a big adventure bike, that would have been a fair old bump. Fuel reserve lights just come on, so it's saying I've got 34 miles once the reserve comes on. Now this thing has engine modes. It's got the usual mode button over here, in Dynamic Pro at the moment, and you've got road as well. There's no rain or anything like that. I'm not going to ride it in road. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand why it's even got one. Why would you buy a bike like this and ride it in road? I just don't get it. So I'll tell you what it's like in Dynamic Pro, and if you want to know what it's like in road, just not quite as good. There you go. And if you're getting your knickers in the twist because you think I should ride it in road, have a word with yourself for even considering riding a bike like this in anything but Dynamic Pro mode. It's just, I mean, this thing is just effortless. It just feels so beautifully balanced. This is a very, very nice bike to ride. What are we looking at? I think this is 16,530, I think, this one. I'll put on the screen what you get for that with this package. I mean, I can't think of anything else that I would want if I was buying a bike like this. It depends what it was for, obviously. If I want a more track-focused machine, then yeah, obviously that's when we're going to move into the M package, which hopefully we'll try later. But for road riding, I mean, this is mega. 16 odd grand, still, it's a lot of money, I get that, but you are getting a lot of bike. 170 brake, 115 or 14 newton meters, just under 200 kilograms. I think this is 199, I think. National second gear. That would easily lift the front. Yes, well, even I could wheelie this bike. So I'm just on a way to go and get some fuel, and that's when I find the decent A roads. I mean, this bike is meant for these kind of roads, isn't it? But I tell you, it's done fine on those little backcountry twisty lanes. It just holds a line so well. It's beautiful. You feel like you're carving your way along here. Coming up into the 40. And on 40. So fourth gear, around about 40 miles an hour. What's it like? Yeah, again, it's absolutely fine. I know on my Gixxer Thou, on, you know, on an older inline-four, I think even in third gear my bike would be going, oh, come on, come on. Really did like to be up high in the revs. These modern inline-fours, they're just so usable, so forgiving. That's me trundling along 30 mile an hour fourth gear, absolutely no issues from the engine at all. Where's that National? Yeah, National. There they are. What about in third gear then from National? Third gear from 30-ish mile an hour. I don't know what I expected. Yes, absolutely no problems whatsoever. Do you know, I was just thinking, you know, I was said this is a head turner. It's probably because it's like this bright bluey, greeny, yellowy colour. That's probably what's making people look. Yeah, it's a bit of a Marmite colour scheme, this one. It's different, I'll give them that. It really is different. I saw the silver M1000R in the showroom. I'm hoping that's the one I'll get to take out later if things work out. That colour scheme is just gorgeous, but obviously it comes at a price. More of that in another vid. Nationals. So petrol station should be down here somewhere. I mean, I don't know what else I can say, folks. This is just a gorgeous bike to ride. It feels planted, it feels light, it feels nimble, it's reactive. It's one of these bikes that you just feel like it does things before you've even thought about doing it. You know, it reacts so quickly and well to your bodily inputs that it's just, you know, you think about it and the bike's already done it. Okay, petrol station, let's get her gassed up. Right, it's not my bike, it's not getting the posh stuff. Oh, I hate keyless bikes that don't have a keyless fuel cap. What is the point in that? If it's keyless, make it keyless. Okay, that's my first gripe. I love keyless bikes. I just don't see the point in not making the whole bike keyless. I don't know what size the fuel tank is on this. I'd imagine it would be around about the 17 litre mark, but I'll whack it on the old doodah now for you to see. So we had about 20 miles left roughly, and we've just brimmed it, and I've put 12.7 litres in. So yeah, I'd imagine this is sort of a 15-16 litre tank, something like that. Right, let's go and pay for this. Okay, so full tank. It says I've got a range of about 117 miles according to that. So you can always give or take a few, depending on how you ride. This bike is genuinely just, it's just a breeze to ride. There's nothing difficult or unpleasant about riding this bike. It just is a very, 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 very nice place to be. And it's handled every type of tarmac road it's come across today. Like I was saying, suspension, it's firm, but it's not like back-breaking firm. Obviously, if you hit some proper big bumps, you're going to feel it, but you're going to feel that on just about every bike. Certainly a road type of bike. It's nice. I'm conscious that I need to try and get back and get the M1000R out if I can, but I'd be perfectly happy just riding this. Watch this. As soon as I chuck my leg over the M and start riding the M, I bet you I'm going to fall in love with it. If it's anything like the last one. I mean, I haven't really stopped thinking about that last M1000R Carbon that I took out. I just love that bike. I mean, that was just leaning on the throttle. I wasn't even twisting it. Off camera, this thing will be an absolute hooligan. And remember, it's not even running yet. Oh, I should say, I was saying that there was quite a bit of vibration in the mirrors at motorway speeds. Yeah, it's about sort of 40 mile an hour up. That's when you start noticing the vibration there. I mean, you can still see in them and see if something's behind you, but to get any real detail, you'd struggle. Throttle response on this is just beautiful. There's hardly any play in the throttle, it's just gorgeous. Ooh, that could be interesting. Oh, listen to that overrun. That's a tight one. Got a big hole in the road there. British roads are shocking. They really are terrible. I think the only place I know that has worse roads than us was Western Ukraine, and that was back in 2012. Yeah, 2012 I was there. The roads there were horrendous, but I tell you what, they're not far from some of the roads that we have here. I imagine they're a damn sight worse now as well. They look like they've been carpet bombed then. Oh wow, I tell you what, this is a lovely route. I've done bits of it before, but there's plenty of new stuff here. Look at the state of this road. So what else can I tell you about this bike? What have I not covered so far? Suspension. Now this has got sort of semi-adjustable suspension. It's automatic suspension. It's like the old 1250 GS's used to be. Over on the left here, the left switch gear, is what looks like a shock. That is your suspension. So if you watch the screen, if I push that once, I can change between dynamic and road. So road, well, you can feel it, it just makes it that little bit softer. So for these type of roads actually, it's probably better. And for me, because I'm such a fat knacker, I might actually be better off softening that rear shock even more. And you do that by, let me get round these bends. Again, it's the old-fashioned way. I say old-fashioned for BMW. You push and hold, that then swaps it over onto the right there, and you can see I've added a pillion. So that's softened the rear out now. I mean, I can feel, it actually feels up, maybe even a little bit too wallowy for me. What about if I put it in dynamic? This is telling me there's speed cameras. I think that's just cameras for the level crossing. We're on a national anyway, aren't we? I believe we are. Yeah, so that is actually probably better for me on these backcountry roads. If I put it in dynamic suspension but have the rear softened up with a pillion, I didn't think it was overly jarring anyway. Okay, so that's it whacked back into what it was, just rider and dynamic suspension. Yeah, it is firmer, definitely is firmer, but I actually think I prefer that. This is a lovely machine. Really, really is a nice bike. I'm really enjoying this. Even just, you know, toddling along, being a good lads. Nationals! Sat at the speed limits. It's fun, it's engaging to ride even at these speeds. Which, in this day and age, is kind of what we want. Don't get me wrong, this thing will be an absolute hooligan. And it will be a weapon on track. Way above anything I can do. Again, have a look at the likes of Chops A44 Teeth. Stay there. They'll be able to do this a bit more justice than I can on track. But for road riding, wow. Yeah, if you want a premium quality machine with the backup you get from the likes of BMW, it's got the versatility to both perform on the road and on the track, then definitely the S1000R should be right up there on your list of bikes to try out. I can't wait. I really hope they launch the R1300R, because I absolutely love the R1250R Sport. I thought that was a fantastic road bike. I just can't understand why it's not been a bigger seller than what it has, because it's an amazing bike. Try one, honestly. And if they put that 1300 engine into one, that is going to be a weapon. Right, I forgot to mention this, comfort. Okay, it's just coming up to 1 o'clock, so I've been on the bike for 3-4 hours now. Yeah, I'm fine, absolutely fine. My arse doesn't hurt any more than any of the other most comfortable bikes I've been on. I think if you sit in a saddle long enough, no matter what saddle that is, you're always going to feel it. Some to a lesser extent than others, obviously. This one felt absolutely fine. I would be perfectly happy doing a full day stint on this bike. Not feeling any major comfort issues at all. My knees aren't sore, my hamstrings aren't tightening up, my quads don't feel like they're cramping, my forearms are nice and loose. This tank is beautiful. You can really grip it with your knees and just take all the weight off your arms. Honestly, it's just a lovely, lovely bike to ride this. Definitely try one. Right, I'm nearly back at Group 1 now. Not going to be able to take the M1000R out, sadly. I've got a bit of work which is due out tomorrow, and the client has just requested a couple of changes, which is my fault. I forgot. We had discussed them and I forgot to put them in the vid. It's the Kalimoto sort of master tutorial vid. So I need to get home, film it, re-edit, re-render, then re-upload, and hopefully it'll be in front of your eyeballs for tomorrow, Friday afternoon, evening time. So all that's left to say is a huge thank you to that Walloper Will and all the staff over at Group 1 Brighton. Awesome service as always. I've put a load of my mates onto them. Nobody has had a bad word to say about them. It's just traditional quality BMW customer service that you would expect from the brand, and that's why I keep going back and I go on about them. So if you're down this way and you fancy a bit of the Beamer and you fancy a bit of Beamer action, cars or bikes, check out Group 1. Right folks, keep doing your thing, get on out there whenever you can, look after those that you love, but most importantly, live your life. Woo-ha!